Hi everyone, welcome to this grade 9 mathematics session where we will be exploring multiplying numbers in base 2. I am Miss Donnell Phillips. Let's get started. Today we're going to be looking at multiplying numbers in base 2. But before we get into that, we're going to discuss the difference between place value and face value of digits. The place value of a digit in a number is the value it holds in the number or the value of a digit when expressed in expanded form of the number. For example, 564. We read 564 as 564. Now the place value of each digit in this example is 564. Next example, 2645. 2645, and we read this as 2645. The place value of each digit would be 2645. Face value. The face value of a digit is the digit itself at whatever place it may be. It is unchangeable and definite. So we're going to look at the same two examples that we looked at for the explanation of the place value. 564. Now the place value of the numbers in 564 are just the numbers themselves. 564. And in the second example, 2645, the place value of each digit is 2, 6, 4, and 5. So the place value deals with the position of each digit in a number, and the face value is just the digit itself. Now, the place value. Place values are different based on the specific number base that we're dealing with. On a regular basis, we use base 10 to commute all our mathematical operations. The base 10 number system is also called the decimal system, and I'm going to explain to you how we arrive at the place value for each number in a specific system. So the base, example, we're going to use base as b. The base represents whatever base we're dealing with, and the power or the exponent or the index, we usually start from 0 and we go all the way to infinity. It depends. So for base b, the first place value for any number in the base b system would be b raised to the power of 0. The second place value would be b raised to the power of 1, and we continue b raised to the power of 2, b raised to the power of 3, and we continue until we get to infinity. So we're gonna go through this with the base 10 number system, the decimal system that we are accustomed to dealing with. So here we have it, base 10. The first place value of any number in the decimal system or in the base 10 system would be 1s. And this is because we have 10 as the base number and we raise it to the power of 0. And we've learned previously that any number raised to the power of 0 is just 1. Hence, the first place value in the base 10 number system would be 1s. Moving on, we have 10 raised to the power of 1. And any number raised to the power of 1 is just the number itself. So 10 raised to the power of 1 would just be 10. Hence, the second place value in the base 10 number system is tens. So far we saw how we got the 1 and how we got the tens. Next, if we have 10 raised to the power of 2, that would just be 10 multiplied by 10, which is 100. Hence, the third place value in the base 10 number system would be hundreds. So we have ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, etc. This is just how we arrive at the place value for each number base or each base system. Since we're going to be multiplying numbers in base 2, we are going to explore the base 2 number system. So, as usual, we start with 2 and we raise it to the power of 0, and any number raised to the power of 0 would give us 1. So the first place value in the number 2 base system would be 1s. Then we have 2 raised to the power of 1, and that would give us 2's. Then we have base 2 raised to the power of 2, and that would give us 4. So for the base 2 number system, the place values would be 1's, 2's, 4's, 8's, 16's. Whereas the place value for the number in the base 10 number system would be 1's, 10's, hundreds, thousands, 10,000. This is how we arrive at the place value for numbers depending on which number system we're dealing with. So now we're going to look at some examples. We're going to actually get into the work. We're going to be multiplying numbers in base 2. I have 4 examples that we are going to be starting with, and then you're going to have an opportunity to try some on your own. The first example that we're going to look at is 1, 0, 1 multiplied by 1, 1. Now, as I mentioned earlier, regardless of which base we're multiplying in, we just multiply as per normal. So we're going to multiply 101 by 1, 1. Now, as usual, when we're multiplying, we usually start with the digit that is furthest to the right. So in this case, we're going to start with 1. So 1 multiplied by 1 gives us 1. 1 multiplied by 0 gives us 0. And 1 multiplied by 1 gives us 1. Now, because the second digit, we would consider this to be in the tens place, we have to add a 0 before we go ahead and continue multiplying. I'm going to change the ink. So here we go. So now we have this one multiplying this one. So 1 times 1 gives us 1. And then 1 times 0 gives us 0. And finally, 1 times 1 gives us 1. Adding them, 1 times 0, 1. 0 times 1, 1. 1 times 0, 1. And because this 1 stands alone, we just bring it to the bottom and we have 1. So when we multiply 101 by 11 in base 2, obviously, the answer is 1111. Let's try another example. This time we're going to multiply 1101 by 11. Pretty much similar to the one that we did before, except there's an extra 1 in front. So we're going to start again with the 1 furthest to the right, and we multiply everything. And we know that anything that we multiply by 1 will just give us back the digit itself. So if I multiply 1101 by 1, it would just be 1101. Next, we're going to multiply everything by this one. We put a 0. And 1 multiplied by any number that we multiply by 1 would give us back the number itself. So we could just save ourselves the trouble and just rewrite 1 0 1 1. Next step requires us to add. So 1 times 0, 1, 0 times 0 plus 1, 1, 1 plus 0, 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. But because we're dealing with the base 2 number system, we can't put the 2 in. What we have to do is put it outside, divide it by 2. So this would be 2 divided by 2. And how many times could 2 go into 2? 2 could go into 2 1 time. Is there any remaining? Nope, we have nothing remaining. So we write the remainder inside. So now we have 1 plus 1 again. That would give us 2. So we repeat the step again. 2 divided by 2. 2 into 2, 1. Any remaining? Nope. So now we have this one remaining. So we just bring it down. So when we multiply 1101 by 11 in base 2, we get 100111. Third example. 11 multiplied by 11. As usual, we're starting with this one. We're going to multiply 11 times 1 would give us 11. Next, we're going to move to this one, but we have to add our 0. 11 times 1 would give us 1. Now, it is important that you ensure that all your digits are lined up, because when we get to the final step of adding everything together, we might run into some problems if we don't ensure that everything is lined up correctly. So 1 plus 0 gives us 1. 1 plus 1 gives us 2, but we can't put the 2 in. Put it outside. And we divide it by 2. 2 into 2, 1. We put it at the top. How many remaining? 0. Put the remainder in. Next, we have 1 plus 1 will give us 2 again. So we have to repeat the step. Put the 2 outside. Divided by 2. 2 divided by 2. 1. Any remainder? No remainder. And because we have the 1 standing by itself, we just bring it down. So 1 multiplied by 1 in the base 2 number system gives us 1001. Final example. For the final example, we're going to work 1101, and we're going to multiply this by 111. We have 3 digits that we're multiplying by, so we would have to take this one step further. So to begin, we start with the digit that is furthest to the right. So 1101 multiplied by 1 would just give us we have to rewrite it. Then we move to the second digit. We add our 0 and then we multiply. Anything multiplied by 1 would just be the digit itself, so we could just rewrite it. Finally, we move to the final one that we're multiplying by, and now we have to add 2 zeros. So 1 multiplied by 1101 would just be 1101. Now we have to add. So starting from the back, 1 plus 0 plus 0 gives us 1. 0 plus 1 plus 0 gives us 1. 1 plus 0 plus 1 gives us 2. We can't write the 2 in, we have to put it outside. Do our regular division. Because we're working with base 2, we have to divide by 2. So 2 divided by 2 gives us 1. We put it outside. We put it at the top next to the next digit, the next column that we're going to be adding. Any remaining? No. So we write the 0. 0 remainders. Next, we have this one that we just brought over, plus 1 plus 1. So that would give us 3. Put it outside, and we're dividing it by 2 because this is multiplication in the base 2 number system. So how many times could 2 go into 3? 1 time. We put it there. How many remainders do we have? We have 1 remainder. So we write the remainder at the bottom. So we're moving on to the next column. We have the one that we brought over, plus 1, plus 1, and that would give us 3. So we have to repeat this step. Three divided by 2 gives us 1. How many remainders do we have? We have 1 remainder. So the final column that we have to add, we have the one that we brought over plus the one that was already there, and that gives us 2. Put the 2 outside, divided by 2, and that gives us 2 into 2, 1. How many remainders? No remainder. And the one that we just brought over, we just bring it down. So when we multiply 1101 by 111, we get 1011011. Now for all of these examples that I would have worked, one thing you can do to confirm that the answers are correct is to convert them to base 10. And this is a topic that you guys would have covered in grade 8. So you could just, whenever you have the time, convert it to base 10 and then multiply as per normal and see if the answers will remain the same. So, to summarize all that we have learned today, when we're talking about place value, we're talking about the position of the digit in a particular number. The face value, on the other hand, is just the digit you see regardless of where it is in a number. So for example, if we have 150, the place value would be 100, 50, and 0, no ones. But if we're talking about the face value, it will just be 1, 5, and 0. And lastly, when we're multiplying numbers in base 2, we multiply as normal, but if we have a digit that is greater than 1, we have to divide it by 2 before writing the answer. So for your homework, you're going to try these 4. The first one, 111 multiplied by 10. Second, 1100 multiplied by 100. The third, 101 multiplied by 1000. And finally, 11101 multiplied by 1000. This has brought us to the end of this lesson. Don't forget to join me again as we continue to explore mathematics. I am Miss Donnell Phillips. Goodbye.